All right, so let's talk HBAR. Okay, let's see where HBAR is gonna go, and why I think $2 is gonna be pretty much really easy to hit, and why the all-time high is imminent. Okay, I'm on the 12-month chart, and right here, the asset is just too young for me to see any type of structure. Just to preface, this will be strictly a technical price prediction and analysis, and I'll get to some more fundamentals later on in the video. Okay, so I'm gonna just jump down to the 6 month, and that's where things start to change. All right, there's some really good things going on for HBAR, and I'll explain what I mean. The very first thing that I notice is this right here. So I'm hopping into replay, and I just want to make this fair value gap very clear to you. All right, this is a 6 month fair value gap, and I'm just gonna put that in. When you have something like this, the idea is that this area between these three candles is inefficient, and price is likely to come down, support here, and then push higher, seeking external liquidity or an area that pushed you down into that gap. External would be up here at all-time high. Okay, but if you look closely, there was a conflicting narrative happening while price was pulling back into this area. When the July 6 month candle closed, we had a conflicting gap, which was a bearish imbalance that overlapped our bullish imbalance. Okay. In situations like this, you get these voids or time in price where you literally have to wait. All right. Because you're looking at a bullish narrative being overlapped by a bearish narrative. Okay. And if you don't know where the liquidity is and where price wants to go, you're stuck at a 50-50 type of situation where price is literally able to go in either direction. All right. So, for example, if the bearish narrative played out, price would come into this area of the bearish gap, and it would seek external liquidity lower, below this July 6 month candle, and likely below these inception candles of when HBAR actually got onto exchanges. Okay. But the bullish narrative would have to support in the first box, and I'll change the color, right? I'll just show you the bearish narrative as red. Okay. The bullish scenario is where price has to be supported down here and start to cut through this red box. It has to cut through it and show willingness to continue going higher to get up here to its external target. Because you're on such a high time frame, you cannot decide where price wants to go without more data. Okay. So if I hit the play button, watch what happens. Okay. We're already inside the bullish narrative. This first gray box here. And look at this. All right. We're now testing the bearish narrative, testing it to see, all right, who's gonna win? Someone has to be invalidated at this point. Are we going to go lower, or are we going to support the bullish narrative and go higher? Take a look, okay? After this candle, this is January 2023, the 6 month candle that started in January 2023. It has to be the next candle that helps you decide where price is likely going to go. So I'm going to speed this up now. While this is open, right, in the first 6 months of 2023, this does not look good because you're now respecting the bearish narrative, right? We've come in, we've tested that bearish instance of lower prices, and now we're starting to see some rejection away from it. Okay, let's see what happens on the next candle. All right, so now after that candle closes, we've got respect and a closure outside. This does not look good for a bullish HBAR. But remember, it's the next candle that's going to really explain where price wants to go. This candle started on Q2 of 2023, and this is what it does. Okay, Q2 of 2023 becomes an inside bar. So inside meaning if you take the previous range, absolute high and absolute low of the previous candle, look at how we are inside the range of the previous candle. These types of candles are extremely rare, and it's likely that the following candle will break out high or low. All right, so because we had an inside bar on Q2 of 2023, we would have had to wait for the end of Q1. I'm sorry, of the first 6 months of 2024. You would have had to wait because of what happened in this candle. All right, but look at this. The first 6 months of 2024, this candle has already started to break the high of the previous two candles. And now we are going back into the bearish fair value gap. This is good because if we can invalidate this gap, that means that the bullish gap, the gray box, is likely the one that's going to win this little internal battle and send us to all-time high. All right, look what happens next. All right, we got this long wick and the candle closed bearish. Not the best type of price action you want to see following price rejecting from this bearish fair value gap. But these lows are still intact from 2023. Pay attention to see if price takes out these lows. Now, this is where we are currently. So what did price do? Price took out and this is July 2024. So this candle opened the second half of this year. We take out the low of the previous candle and the low of the July 2023 candle. All right. Basically just wiping the board clean of any type of sell side liquidity. And then we go on to take out the high of our previous 6-month candle. This is now a clear invalidation of our sell side imbalance, and it's showing that price wants to hold here in our 6-month imbalance. What does this mean? It means that you're looking at an internal to external setup that is in full effect from price going from into this 6-month gap, which it did here. There's the gap. Here's the base, right? We made a swing low out of these two candles, and now we are leaving that gap with a lot of displacement. Our target is here at all-time high. This is what it looks like on logarithmic. If I go down here, here's what that looks like. We overshot the gap a little bit on logarithmic, which is fine. What's important is how we treated the opposing gap. That opposing narrative that said we could have went lower, it would have looked like this. Price would have come in like it did, tested the red area. I'll put it back up here. And if we were going to go lower, it would have come in and rejected and went lower, just like that. But as you can see what's happening, this area was completely invalidated because the candles just went straight through it. No respect whatsoever. Look at that. It's mirroring the candle from January 2022, right? This big down candle. We're getting an absolute mirror going right back up. And at this point, we are already more than 50% of the way to all-time high. Oh, well, right under 50%. Okay, so you can see our 50% would be at 30.3 cents. We're literally right around the corner. All-time high will happen, okay? But the question to me is, are we gonna hit $2? And I'll explain why I believe we will. But let me just put this imbalance back up, right? This is the bullish imbalance that is holding. And this is a 6-month setup. So there's no need to rush this. All of the hard work has been done. All of the hard work and uncertainty was in here, right here. But this right here is validation of higher prices. And I'm not talking about current prices. I'm talking about higher, meaning beyond all-time high. After HBAR hits, let me just change this. After HBAR hits price discovery, we're likely going to see that $2 mark, okay? This right here, let me just show you. This sell-off right here is not price discovery, right? This run up to 57 cents and sell off, this is called inception, right? These are the seed investors and the ICO buyers and the ones who got in to help fund HBAR long before it even got on exchanges, is this run up. But this run up is price discovery. This is where the market will decide how long we let HBAR remain cheaper than XRP. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing against XRP, nothing against HBAR. Both of them are extremely important. And I'm going to get into some of the supply issues and things like that in a minute. But what you want to know is we're on our way to an all-time high, all right? And we have to go through it, okay? So as I said in my previous video about Bitcoin Cash, this high is extremely important because there's a ton of liquidity that sits above it. What do I mean by that? In order for price to go from 57 cents all the way down to 36 cents, there had to be a sell-off. If selling is occurring, then there is buy-side liquidity above those entry points to go down, okay? So if you are a seller in the market, your stop loss is a buy order. That's how you get out of the market. So there are stop losses all along here, all in here of people who have been shorting HBAR, and the Giga Chads are here. Their stop losses sit above all-time high, okay? They're on leverage, all right? We're not just talking about degens who just want to short stuff. We're talking about institutions who hold long trades. They are in short positions, and their buy orders sit above these levels, very clear levels, stop losses. But then you also have breakout traders who are looking to buy breakouts above swing highs. Okay. And you'll see some of those on lower time frames. So if I just remove all this stuff, if you go down to the 3-month chart, you see this swing high right here? We just recently broke this swing high at 18 cents. Yes, buyers are coming into the market after seeing that this high was broken. So you have two different types of parties that are pushing the price up. You have breakout traders who are getting in long, and then you have the liquidation of sellers who were shorting from over here. In conjunction with the fact that we had a 6-month imbalance that has now been validated to support price. See how that works? We also have a 3-month gap right here. And you can see how price reacted. We came into this gap, made a swing low. There is an opposing gap, just like on the 6-month, right? So the time frames are fractal. Price goes into this sell side gap, fails to go lower. Look at the ascending lows. Comes up higher, fails to go lower. So there's strength at these lows. And then we get that big, massive push up. So this is your target before, okay? This is a magnet. It's not, it's so cool because it's algorithmic, right? You have all the narratives in your pocket right now. What do I mean? You got the Canary ETF filing. You got the fact that we're in a Bitcoin bull market. You have the fact that HBAR is now being looked at as the next XRP in terms of price. And then you have the fact that HBAR plays a part. It plays an important part in the world of finance, okay? It's not a meme coin. You have narrative plus technicals, and you get some really easy price targets, guys. You had a similar situation happen when we got to 18 cents, and I'll show you that. And I dropped down to the week. Here's how the gaps work. On the weekly time frame, we had price pulling back like that. Price went inside of this weekly imbalance. What I'm going to ask you is, okay, where is the high that led us into that gap? Like, what's the absolute high? The absolute high was here. This is where the selling occurred, okay? Yes, you had some buyers try to come in, but essentially all the selling happened from this point, from 14 cents. We went from 14 down to, I mean, as low as almost, what, 6.5? The selling occurred all throughout here, these down close candles. So the stop losses of those sellers sit above their entry point, right? That's their risk on the table. Well, guess what? If price goes and it holds that imbalance, it's going to seek the external liquidity. It's going to seek those stop losses of those sellers, okay? And that's exactly what it did. So the same thing is happening, but on a 6-month horizon. You have your internal to external. And when I say external, I'm not saying that's where you should exit, okay? I'm speaking algorithmically on what price is looking to grab in the market, right? It's looking to grab the sitting orders that are above this high, okay? There's nothing else on the weekly or daily worth noting because it looks parabolic, right? It looks unsustainable on these lower time frames, but it's really not because you're literally just mirroring what already happened. So look at the down close candles here in this run, right? Just down, 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 down. That was really scary for people who, when they first saw this, but it's just mirroring all that down to go right back up. Again, it's all under the pretense of what happened on the 6-month. So when you're on these smaller time frames, it looks crazy. Oh man, this is crazy, man. I'm just gonna wait until it pulls back. There is no pullback, okay? Because the formation is already in its parabolic state. You had a 6-month horizon showing you right in here is where everything that was uncertain was gonna happen between these two candles right here. The bullish one here and the bearish one here. This has now confirmed it, where price is gonna go. I'm just gonna switch over and show you coin market cap as to why HBAR is a $2 coin. If I just do this here, all right, still recording. Take a look at this. So at the time of this video, XRP is $2.84. Max supply is 100 billion. Circulating is 57 billion. All right, so 284 at a circulating supply of 57 billion. If we hop over here to HBAR, currently 29 cents at the time of this video, max supply 50 billion, circulating 38 billion. All right. If I didn't see the chart and I was only shown these two things and I had $1,000, all right, this is not financial advice, I would choose HBAR with $1,000 simply because of the utility, right? HBAR is just as, if not more important than XRP. And I want to be clear, this is not any type of disrespect to XRP. XRP serves a very important purpose, just as HBAR, Hedera, serves a very important purpose. They are both important. But HBAR has half the max supply of XRP, and it has less of the circulating supply of XRP, right? XRP sitting at right now circulating 57 billion coins, whereas HBAR 38.2 billion. And we're at 29 cents, guys. Are you serious? So my question to you is, how long do you think upper echelon is gonna let HBAR remain this cheap in comparison to XRP? Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Again, you're in a bull market. You've got Canary ETF filing. Who else is gonna come out with an ETF filing just around the corner? You have the technicals telling you that 57 cents is a magnet, and then price discovery. We're not talking about pump and dump. We're not talking about the ICO sellers coming in to take profits. No, we're talking about true price discovery for the first time. Guys, $2 is a very easy target. And I'm being conservative, but that's my take on HBAR. So if you're looking for a coin that isn't necessarily going to give you the world, right? But if you're looking at something that's 29 cents and 57 cents is a deer in headlights right now, this is it. Not financial advice. This is my outlook. I hope you enjoyed this analysis, and I'll see you in the next one.